yesterday, SneakerCon reached out to us. It's the largest sneaker convention in the world, and they offered us a pop-up stand at their place. So 55% returning customer rate.
Oh, wow.
For, I think we just reached over 7,000 orders on the website.
Okay.
And I mean, people are spending the average order $215. The last shoe I'm showing is I thought of let me show a crazy shoe.
Yeah.
So these ones, first I'll say you want to guess the price on these?
Welcome to Innovation Illuminated, a podcast where guest entrepreneurs and experts in their field of business share their experiences and knowledge learned through their journey in the business world. I'm your host, Hunter Pirock, and similar to these guests, I am also an entrepreneur. Today, I'm joined by Hayden Pauls, the co-owner of Fly Kicks. Hayden and his girlfriend Sydney started this sneaker resale business in high school and kept all the boxes in their parents' basement. Now they're off at college at Whitewater University in Wisconsin, and they bought a location right downtown, or leased a location right downtown, that they keep all their shoes in. So it's like a warehouse. It's about 550 square feet, and they revamped this thing to look awesome. They have all their shoes in stock. They film content there. They do a lot of cool stuff there, and they actually incorporate this interesting marketing strategy. They do Tik Tok lives, and then people comment and stuff, and they can show them the shoes right on the spot, and if the people buy the shoes, they can package them up. So the sneakers that they sell are targeted towards mostly women, and they're right around probably $150 to the $275 mark. Right in that range are the shoes that they sell. We kind of talked through starting the business, the whole journey, and then Hayden actually brings out some shoes and talks about them, pricing, structure, how the secondary market works with sneaker reselling, and all the above. Please subscribe to us on Spotify and YouTube, as that's a great way to support the channel. And please leave a comment on YouTube as who you'd like me to interview and what you're curious to learn from them. I will be reading all the comments. I hope you enjoy this one, and thanks for tuning in to Innovation Illuminated. All right, well, let's start with kind of how you got into shoe fashion in the beginning.
Yeah, good question. Take it back to freshman year of high school. I was big into the fashion and shoes, but at that time I was 14, and everything I wanted was just not obtainable.
Too expensive.
Yeah, and it's just I didn't have a job. Basically everything I wanted was just a dream. I had a huge passion. I really like this fashion, shoes, but I think it all streamed from just I honestly have no idea where it came from, but it's just maybe I just cared about my appearance and
okay.
I value the finer things in life sometimes.
Yeah.
Even at a young age, but yeah, it was freshman year of high school. I think that was 2018 at that time.
Okay. And what was your first pair of shoes that got you into it?
I have a good story for that. Take it to Black Friday 2018. I went to Chicago for just a day trip.
Okay.
And at that time I wasn't really I didn't really know a lot about it, but yeah. I went to the Jumpman store, and they released the Jordan 1 High Rookie of the Year. It's a wheat Jordan 1 High.
Okay.
And that shoe, I bought it. I had to convince my parents to spend my whole checking account on it, and they only had one size left because at this time pairs are selling out instantly, day of. People are standing in lines for it. I came at noon, and they only had one pair left. It was a size bigger than mine, a whole size, not even that. And I bought it, and yeah, I bought some crease protectors to try to fill that space in. And
really?
Yeah, I did anything to just get that.
How much were they?
At that time, retail was $160.
Okay.
Nowadays with inflation, the retail is $180. They just keep going up in price.
Okay.
Retail, but $160, and that was huge. Now, here in $160, it's yeah, running a business.
It's not that much.
Running a business definitely just kills the value of money, at least in my mind, having all these high-end pairs. It's just it's kind of bad sometimes. I feel 200 sometimes isn't a lot. So.
No, right, yeah, and especially when expenses stack up and stuff, it's I could be spending $200 on something else too.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, it's crazy how I don't know if I'm the only way, the only person who feels this way, but when I'm buying shoes, I'll talk more about what I do here, but when I buy shoes, I will not hesitate spending $10,000 on hundreds of pairs.
Uh-huh.
But when it comes to like buying groceries, I'm like $80.
That's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
I don't know, like it's weird how it just that the whole thing
Yeah.
works there.
That is funny. I feel like I can totally relate to it. I feel like, yeah, when I buy like little things like that, it's
Yeah.
like some of the stuff, like those little things suck, and then it's a big expense that like could make you money.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter anymore.
No.
It's little things that people are frugal with. I even know like some of my rich friends are like frugal with that one thing.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's cars, but then the house they'll splurge on, or the boat they'll splurge on, but it's like the car they don't want to splurge on it.
It's weird. Everyone's different about that. Like some
Yeah.
people just it's
But
weird.
there's some that always is frugal.
Yeah.
And your groceries, I guess.
Yeah, groceries are huge. Food. Yeah. Although I like food, so
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
still buy it.
But so you order them in like that big a bulk?
Yeah. I would say a lot of my deals I try not to buy singles anymore just because it takes a lot of time just for one pair. I try to find pairs or people where I buy like 20 to sometimes hundreds of pairs per time, where it's just like cuts, like it's just more efficient as time goes on and we're growing. It's all about like efficiency and not going behind.
Right. Yeah. So what are like the markets? Like there's got to be the person that actually like buys it from the drop.
Yeah.
And then is that who you buy from then?
Yeah, dude, there is not a lot of people like really fully understand the whole economics behind like the
Walk
sneaker
through like the
market.
process. Yeah.
It is just, I have a lot of people asking me because there's not a lot of people who really understand it. So I'm like, okay, so initially, for example, like Nike releases it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the pairs that we have here sell out instantly, and that's why we have them. It's just we provide sought after pairs of shoes, where that was the initial market, the primary market. Then there's the whole secondary market, the sneaker reselling market, where it's pairs are being bought up. I don't buy from Nike or anything.
Okay.
I actually buy from the people who buy from Nike. So
Huh.
when I started, I would be running around trying to buy things, like going to malls, and that was like, it was good to start, but I mean, you're doing a lot of work just for a chance of making money.
Right.
Right now, I might be spending a little more on the pairs where they can make their money, but I can get things so much more. And if you build up a market, you can easily make that margin. But basically, there's people who buy the shoes, and some people, like, there's a lot of roles in this business. So like, there's a lot of people I know who only buy from stores for retail.
Okay.
And then sell it to me, not like try to send to an end customer.
Right.
And then there's people like me who only buy, I don't go for retail. I only buy from these people who get them for retail. And then I only sell to consumer. So Fly Kicks is a direct to consumer.
Gotcha.
business.
Okay. Yeah. So those people, are all the drops usually online, or some of them in store, like you said, for that one that you got?
Yeah. So a lot of them are actually in person, especially who I buy from. I have, because we're in like a Milwaukee area, the sneaker market isn't super popping here. So a lot of my business goes from Chicago and all like the suburbs from Chicago. So there's plenty of outlets where they can get their pairs in person.
Gotcha.
Because not a lot of pairs lately. Maybe if you talked to me 4 years ago, everything would be in person.
Yeah.
But now, as like just like the industry changes, it's more online based.
Okay.
But only specific places get the nice shoes.
Yeah.
Only like big cities. So Chicago's like the closest one.
Like a specific retailer and stuff.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
Yeah.
And what do those drops like come on every single month? I know like nothing about sneakers.
Yeah,
So like
okay.
what's like the rundown?
Honestly, I would say there's a few, maybe 2 to 4 big releases, sought after pairs each month.
Really? That many?
Yeah, I mean, they've been kind of pumping them out time to time, but mainly during the holidays is where it really gets hot.
Okay.
November, December, of where they really drop like the good shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they always drop like a insane pair on usually like April time, because usually that's not like a big spending month for people in this market. Most people are buying it towards holidays and stuff. So I'm sure they're doing it to like kind of leverage out like their earnings throughout the whole year. Because if they're dropping a really nice pair in April, no matter what time of the year, they're still going to want it. So they want their money then.
Okay. And are those like maybe like a Travis Scott pair or something like that?
Yeah, Travis Scott, any blue Jordan,
Really?
Like a university blue always
Okay.
does well. A Chicago colorway. Yeah, all of those, they always drop them at that time.
And are they usually like pop-up drops, or do they like say on their website like we're releasing them this day, like you need to be on and there's like a queue or something that people have to wait in?
Most
If
of
it's
the
not retail store.
Most of the time they do let you know. They kind of hype it up.
Okay.
Sometimes they do like shock drops, they're called. And,
Okay.
most of the time, especially I've gotten so far in reselling and just the networking where I know people who like have insider information where like they know a shock drop's gonna happen, so like they tell people. And, yeah, and how they know, I don't know, but that's why they get paid to provide the information.
Yeah. Right.
There's a lot of economics, a lot of things that like goes into it. Like from a normal person, you might think like, yeah, they're just marking it up or whatever. It's like there's a whole. I mean, I think I did a industry research on it a few months ago. Over $100 billion industry is the sneaker reselling market.
Really?
Just the secondary
Just the
market.
reselling.
Just
yeah.
the secondary market, not even like just the primary market.
That's insane.
And it's only growing. It's yeah, it's this is why I'm deciding if I want to do it full time or not.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's continuing to grow. And
Yeah.
do you mostly buy from like one person? How do you find like if somebody is like a verified kind of reseller?
I mean, I buy from, I would say 10 consistent people who I go to.
Okay.
All of them I think are in the Chicagoland area, and I've known them since years, like
Okay.
4+ years, where it's just like it's all about who you know at this point. It's just like your network is everything in this business. So I just go. It would be a crazy circumstance where I wouldn't just go to these 10 people for shoes.
Okay.
And these 10 people are supplying me as well as other big stores around like the United States.
Is there like amount that they can buy? Can they buy as many as they want from those like drops, or are there caps on like how many they can buy usually?
Most of the time they would be they would be getting a majority of their pairs for retail. And at that point, if they need a lot, they would do their own sourcing where they know other people who are trusted. So it's just like, yeah, I mean, if I was able to get in contact with who they know, who they get their shoes from when they're not getting it for retail, I mean, it would save me a lot.
A lot of money. Yeah. Interesting.
I'm not worried though, because I know everyone is in here for the same reason. And it's just like, actually, I can't say that. When you're selling direct to consumer, you're in it for a different reason. I'll say that.
Right, yeah, because people are just selling it to you guys. They're making like a little profit, and then you want to sell it to the consumer, which is a different profit. So yeah, there's multiple steps to the process because you're not buying it directly from the drop.
Yeah, not only just profit, but also just you get a customer where like, I mean, that's like an asset and valuable at itself. Where whenever they think of shoes, they think of who they last bought from and stuff. So as a side, sometimes I think profit last, where it's just, can I get this customer because I know they're going to come back.
Right. Interesting. So you have a lot of return customers buying shoes?
Yeah. I mean, we've had our website for 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And the analytics, I actually looked before this just so I could kind of...
There we go.
55% returning customer rate.
Oh, wow.
I think we just reached over 7,000 orders on the website.
Okay.
And I mean, people are spending the average order $215. So I mean, for us to be able to, I mean, get returning customers consistently 55% of the time with an average order price of just a high thing, it's just like, I mean, that's valuable.
Yeah, that's sick. So I want to ask too. I wrote down, when you buy it from somebody, is it like you just reach out to them or like DM them and then you just like PayPal them or something, or do they have their own website like where anybody like you guys could look at it and pick out what you want?
Most of the time they have Excel sheets. So the easiest way for me, I mean, in an ideal world, the easiest way is to hop on a call with them.
Okay.
FaceTime call and say, send me your list. So they send me my list or their list. I take a look at everything I need. And at that point, I mean, thousands of shoes they have. I mean, this is their full-time job. Like, their full-time job is to imagine it's just like a sale, like they're a salesman. Like they're trying to sell as much stuff because they make the money no matter how much they get. So they send me their Excel sheet. I let them know what I want, and then we talk price. And then I usually I don't like PayPal. I don't like Venmo. I don't like Apple Pay. I usually try to like Wire or Zelle.
Okay.
Something straight to the bank where we could easily make up an invoice and stuff just so it's all organized.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. When did you start, like, because you started buying shoes and stuff, when did you start to become like a reseller, like create a business out of it?
Yeah. There's a lot. I can kind of talk about how I've changed in the reselling world. So in high school, I would consider myself just like a low-end reseller. I mean, sometimes I'd be buying something from eBay and trying to sell it on eBay.
Okay.
Like buying on the same platform as you try to sell it. And yeah, that was just like, at that point it was a side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit now. Maybe back then I'd be like, yeah. It was a side hustle.
Yeah.
So that at that point I would just be selling on third-party marketplaces where I wouldn't know who I'm buying it from and who I'm selling it to.
Right.
And then I kind of started going into, at that point I had like no social presence, no actual customer base.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd be going into malls and stuff, buying it up and then just selling them on, again, third-party platforms where it's just straight for the profit, like nothing else.
Yeah.
And then it all changed when I met my girlfriend. She's the co-owner of this business.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't like, when we were dating for a little bit, and then we just like, she thought about like, she was thrifting.
Okay.
So she knew like, she had a big, like a decent sized platform on Instagram.
Like, she already made an account and stuff?
Yeah, where she would thrift and sell to customers.
Okay.
And we were on like a hike or something a few like years ago, and she's like, why don't we do this together? And I'm like, at that point it was just like, cool, like let's do it. Like it just seemed like a fun thing. Like I like shoes, like this could just be fun. We went in with zero expectation. Like this was just like nothing. Mm-hmm. And at that point she changed her Instagram. I think she had a few 1,000 or 2 followers on Instagram, so she built up something, and we changed it to Fly Kicks. I mean, that logo, the same logo, we never changed it.
Really?
We didn't change the name. A lot of people like rebrand in this business. Didn't change the name, didn't change the logo, and yeah, we're rolling with it. I loved it. And
that's sick.
Yeah, we were like an Instagram business only, where we would just like buy shoes and just try to sell them on our Instagram.
Have people like DM you?
Yeah, like DM, like, and then we say like Venmo this account.
Yeah.
Where it's super unprofessional. It's just super like, I don't know, super. It could get pretty sketchy, like just sending Venmo requests to someone. And yeah, we did that for at least a year, and we would only grow through word of mouth. I don't think word of mouth and referrals. Like we didn't do anything. We didn't like even make any content where people could reach us organically. It was straight word of mouth. And I mean, we were doing well. Like looking back at it, like considering where we were at and what we were doing, it was amazing. Yeah. And then at that point, we were like, we built like a big customer base. Mm-hmm. I think at that time we built a few thousand into 14,000 followers on Instagram. Okay. And then in probably a year span. And then we decided to go on a website. We were all, by the way, just straight reinvesting our money. Like we didn't take out anything. It was just straight reinvestment. We didn't even pay. I didn't pay myself. Yeah. For the first 3 years of my business, I didn't pay myself. And everyone told me around me, my parents and other people, like, you got to be paying yourself if you're working. I didn't really realize that until I got further in my business. Right. So then we made the website early of 2022, and that's where we formed. It's H&S Kicks LLC, but we do business as Fly Kicks. Gotcha. So that's when we kind of took it to the next level, where we thought like, okay, at that point, I think I was just getting into college, maybe first year or second year, where I was just like, getting more into it, and formed the LLC. Mm-hmm. Wasn't able to get it for free because I think Sydney, she's a sophomore here, a year below me, and she was in high school. I think she was a senior when I was a freshman, and you could only form it if you were both in college education
Oh
or
yeah,
something. So we had to pay like the $150.
yeah. It's like $150. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, so we did that February, started the website. Again, zero expectation. Even a year into just building something huge, zero expectations.
Yeah.
We're doing it out of our basement.
Yeah, and just passion. You're just like excited to be.
Yeah,
doing it.
no, we like it. We loved it. We loved the customer interactions where we were actually able to talk to our customers and like
right.
it's just like that's what keeps us going is like hearing from our customers.
Yeah.
And then we started going more on social media with the website. It's a lot easier to build trust with a website where people like websites are just more trustworthy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we started going on TikTok and stuff. TikTok, we just started posting consistently. Again, zero plan, just kind of posting what we wanted to post.
Yeah.
With zero clue, like with anything, like you should be posting this. Like it was just whatever we wanted, we posted, and people liked it. People started following us. We built that up now to TikTok's at 225,000 followers.
That's crazy.
And, yeah, and it's just straight sneaker content, and it's a lot about customer relationships here, and that's where we're at. So that was 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, and yeah. We still haven't spent a dime on marketing, though, which I'm happy
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
All
sick.
organic.
All organic, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a funny story. I was talking with my girlfriend, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing this podcast Wednesday, and I'm doing it with this guy that like owns a sneaker resale business. And she's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, he's in Whitewater. And she's like, wait, no, I think I know them. And so she's like, wait, let me think of the name. And I was like, ooh, let's see if you can guess it. And she pulled up the TikTok, and she's like, yeah, this is it. And it was your guys' TikTok.
No way.
Yeah, and she's like, I've been watching them for like the past like 6 months and feel like I know them. And I was like, no way. That's insane. She's like, the customer like interactions and stuff, she just like feels like she knows you guys. And I was like, that's hilarious. I'm going to talk with him this Wednesday.
I'm honestly very like surprised with that because
Isn't that crazy?
I don't hear a lot about that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I only have like a few friends who like just tell me what they want to tell me, but I don't hear from like people like, I mean, people have, we went to a conference a few months ago and someone just recognized us from a business conference. We saw like people like pointing at us from a distance and they came up like, are you Fly Kids? I'm like, yeah, but like he had nothing, he didn't like shoes. Mm-hmm. He's just on socials and he saw us and he like, yeah, I mean, that just gave us like confirmation that like we're reaching people.
Yeah.
But that's, isn't
that crazy?
Yeah, that's what I do it. That's why I do it though.
Yeah.
Like I'm not looking for like that type of like recognition. I just do it because like I love interacting with people like that.
Yeah.
Building something.
It was so funny too. She's like, yeah, I think I DM'd them a few years ago. And I was like, no way. And she went to the DMs and she DM'd you guys twice. I think one of the DMs was like, I think she wanted to like sell a pair or something. And you guys were like, yeah, we only buy from certain people right now. We don't want to buy or something like that. And I think she was like trying to lowball you on a different pair of shoes.
Wow.
Which is so funny. And I was like, really? You tried to lowball him on this pair?
Wow.
So funny. I couldn't believe it when she brought you guys up. I was like, no way. That's insane.
That's like you guys know from different ways.
Yeah.
It's
insane.
And is she big into shoes or is she?
Yeah,
just
she has
like
a bunch of dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, she probably has like, I don't know, like 20 pairs probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a lot of them for sure. And she now she's at the point where she has like so many that she doesn't know like when to wear them and type of thing. So she kind of wants to offload some of them, but she hasn't like tried selling them yet. But she has a bunch and she's super into it. Yeah, and she follows you guys, which is so funny.
Yeah, that can't even make that up.
That's insane. Yeah, that's sick. Because I was gonna ask you before like starting the interview, I wanted to ask you like how you plan to like engage with like clients that much and like build like a trustworthy relationship. But really, it was just all organic and you didn't have an idea what you were doing and it worked out.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I would say that we really wanted to do or like what we did was consistency. Mm-hmm. Like we didn't have a plan, but like whatever we did, we were consistent about it. And like, I'm going to say that's why we got here because we just like, even if we weren't seeing any results in the beginning, like it just like, you have a passion and you have like a drive and consistency like it's gonna work out.
Yeah, no, for sure. But then you guys also did incorporate the live aspect, which is sick.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, lives. I mean, it's a great way to, get reach and then also just interact with the customers. That's like, I feel like I can talk a little more about like the whole values we have here at Fly Kicks, but like the huge thing is just shopping with confidence. When you're spending like $200 on a pair of shoes online, especially in like this type of market, it can get kind of sketchy where you're buying it from. Like, am I going to get scammed?
Right.
So,
yeah, no, totally.
especially from like a normal person, like they don't know. So our big motto here, and like, it's shop with confidence. So even though you're buying it online, you feel like you know them, you feel here, you feel like you can shop with confidence, and you don't have to even think about any bad alternative.
Yeah, or scam or anything.
Yeah. So the big thing is customer relations here, and I think that's what sets us apart and kind of is the reason why we're here and how we got so far.
Yeah, and building good relationships with clients for sure, and the trustworthy honestness, and you can like people can tell that through like the lives. So like you guys are showing the product and stuff and boxing it up.
Our faces, like we're showing our face, we're interacting with you.
Yeah.
And everything. It's just like we answer any questions you have. I mean, the one downside, I'm not really saying it's a downside, but on these live videos, there's going to be a lot. Like when you're reaching this many people, you're going to get the nice people, and then you're going to get the haters and stuff. So, I mean, I have a little less emotion than my girlfriend. This Fly Kicks is her life, and interacting with customers is everything. So she might get a little emotional because this is her whole life when someone kind of bashes. So I always try to tell her, and I tell myself, like, we're reaching a lot of good people. Because we're reaching a lot of good people, you're going to have to kind of deal with that. And the larger you get, think about any large business and how, like Apple, some people can bash Apple for some bad apples, but it's all about... that was good, but I didn't mean it like that.
It was good though. Yeah, the bad apples.
Yeah, but when you're getting that big, you're gonna have to deal with that, and the sooner you accept that and sooner you realize that, it's really nothing you have to worry about.
Yeah, I feel like I dealt with that when I did that hair clipper guard thing for a while, because there's like some people that were saying like, "Yo, this is sick," but then there's other people saying like, "This is like the worst product ever," type of thing. It's tough when it's like people are bashing you, but then there's also people that like you. It's like, well, who's right?
Yeah.
Well, which person do I agree with? And like, who should I side with? And maybe I need to make my product better, or maybe I'm good enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the uncertainty is tough for sure.
It is huge, especially, I have a few instances where it's like, people are like, I can buy this on other places. I do not. If you want to, I always leave it to them. Like, if you want to go there, it's for sure. But we have our own value where we create. So we price ours very competitively based on our market, our demand, and our supply. But, we never try to, like, bash other people in the business. If you want to go with them, for sure. But we kind of tell them what our values are and why we're different. So if price was the thing, like, I can buy this for $20 cheaper on somewhere else. Okay, I kind of explain to them. I say completely fine if you buy it from them, but I kind of explain to them why we add $20 more value.
Right. Yeah. No, totally. And the trustworthiness comes into play too. And buying for somebody that you like, know, and trust is huge too.
Huge.
That's for sure.
Absolutely huge.
Yeah. I've talked with other entrepreneurs and they're like, yeah, people are just going to buy from somebody that they like, know, and trust. And that's why podcasts are huge now. I feel like a lot of the business people are getting into podcasts because like people listen to the podcast and hear the honesty and that they like, know, and trust the person, then they're going to buy from them.
Yeah.
Which is huge. Like Joe Rogan's talking about like On It, or like Huberman's talking about like Alpha Brain or something like that, or AG1, and like people buy it because they just like, know, and trust the person.
Yeah. No matter, like, I would say the price is, for most of our customers, price is like the last thing on their mind. Yeah. Which is, I don't take that into account and price it however I want. But it's like, it's nice knowing that like what I'm doing is doing something to people.
That's sick. So do most of your customers, is there like a funnel that like a lot come from Instagram? Can you tell a lot come from TikTok type of thing?
Yeah. So, I can only go so far into the analytics of where people come from.
Mm-hmm.
But a majority TikTok and Instagram. I mean, I don't really go any further than that.
Yeah.
I still haven't spent anything. I still haven't even thought about spending any money on ads.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like I see so many. I'm in like the business, so I see a lot of ads from other places,
Mm-hmm.
and like if I was a customer, I just don't know how. If you're spending money on ads, especially in this industry, it's got a bad rep where it's like a lot of scammers put sponsorships on their things. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, I'm doing another clothing brand where I'm spending money,
Okay.
but not fly kicks.
Yeah, not fly kicks. Gotcha. Well, let's get into the clothing company a little bit. What made you want to get into that too?
Yeah, huge passion of mine. Like I said, ever since high school, fashion and sneakers is just what I value. And I mean, this has been it. I've been wanting to do this for years, and I've been talking about it for years, and I finally started like motion of it last summer, and I'm releasing the first pairs in 2 days.
Holy crap.
So, I mean, months upon months of planning and stuff. And I'd never want to rush it. So I'm trying to build something like long-term where it's not just like a cash and grab where you just grab the cash and go, not try to actually build something.
Right.
So that, I mean, with that, it comes time, a lot of time and work. So yeah, it started with it's called the 10 collection. I'm not a huge like person of inspiration where like I take inspiration from other people, especially higher people. But the one person who kind of got me into kind of the creative mindset was Virgil Abloh.
Okay.
He actually went to Wisconsin. I'm wearing one of his shirts, but
Oh, no way.
yeah, he's the designer. He was the creative director for Louis Vuitton for a while. He had his own company, Off-White. He passed away a few years ago from cancer. But he was just like a big inspiration on the creativity, on like something that you can create something for yourself. And that's where it all kind of sprouted from. And I figured like if it's not now, when? So
Yeah.
I dropped 2 days, so I did a lot of work.
Let's go.
Still putting in a lot of work. These next 2 days are going to be busy. I'm excited for it though.
Heck yeah, sick. So where did the ideas come up of like what products you wanted to do? Did you always have these 10 things, these 10 items, or did it change various times and different sources, looking at like maybe like a manufacturer where you're getting the product from, what designs and stuff?
I would say, so it's called, my first collection is going to be called the 10. And I knew I wanted that to be my first name. So I knew I wanted 10 different pieces for the first release, and then I can kind of go from there, maybe dropping maybe 2 or 3 at a time. But I wanted to do the 10 first, 10 unique pieces where they're all different, even some different logos. And then that, I mean, I didn't really have any inspiration. It was kind of just what my mind told me at the time. And then in the future, I'm kind of doing more planning. This one was kind of just a impulsive, like, I'm just going to grind it out.
Yeah.
But now in the future, I'm already on to drop 2 even before we even drop the first one. So I'm taking a lot of risk. I have all my things in hand. So I'm taking a lot of upfront capital risk where it's not made to order, where I have a lot of thousands of dollars already out.
Yeah.
Risked without any revenues in.
Right.
And as far as like the manufacturing and all of that side, I think I'm going to be playing around with it. And just, I feel like with time, I always picture like how I started sneaker reselling and how much I've changed. I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing with this. And at the time of where I was a few years ago with sneaker reselling, I thought I was doing perfectly fine. So I have a feeling in a few years, I'm going to look back and look like, why was I doing this?
Yeah.
But it's all about learning.
Right.
A lot of my experiences come from learning. A lot of bad mistakes.
Yeah, no, for sure. But you're going to do them all from America sourced, right?
Yeah, all American. So, I mean, by the if I'm either, I don't know if, this one, I got blanks from U.S. and then I printed it in Milwaukee.
Okay. And
then I don't know in the future if I'm going to be just doing a straight manufacturer where they do all the work, and then do it if I'm going to print it just get the blanks, but
Yeah.
it's all going to be U.S. made, U.S. quality, and that's what we kind of strive for.
Okay. Sick. Heck yeah. So for the sneakers, I didn't even like think about that until you just brought it up. Are some of them like made to order? Like you don't even have them in stock and people can still order them and then you have to get them in before shipping them?
See, a lot of my suppliers always ask me, like, dude, can we like give you a full inventory list and you put it on your website, and if it sells, I ship it or something? Kind of like drop shipping.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But like having us as the platform that we build, and as much as I love that idea, might do it in the future if I plan to scale post college, but right now everything is in hand, ready to ship, and I do that just because, I mean, one, we do like next day shipping.
Okay.
So I mean, whenever someone buys, ship it out the next day, they get it in a few days. No other competition like us do it like that. So I mean, we do try to strive it for efficiency, and even with like growing, we don't want to lose our quality because of that. So nothing is made to order for sneakers.
Okay.
But it might be in the future depending on where we want to take it. But there's a lot of thinking and I've heard a lot about it, a lot of offers of people wanting to do it because it's a big opportunity to grow. But in college, I only have so much. I have a lot of things on my plate, so I have to leverage all of that.
No, totally. So how do you pick what shoes that you stock?
So here, okay, I might just run down this before. So we have a Rolla City and I here. She kind of is the head of marketing, where she does a lot of photo taking, content creation, and kind of just interacting with the customers, answering emails and DMs. And then I would say I'm more of like the logistics, operations, kind of will this work and stuff.
Okay.
And I source all of our shoes. So a lot of them are based on, maybe in the beginning, based on what the customers tell me they want. But now, because I've been doing it for so long, I already know what what's trending, what people want, what people don't want. Is this a good price to buy it at? What am I going to sell it at? And that all came with just like time and
experience.
Experience. And like if I told you, if you got in my shoes right now and like buy shoes, you'd be, I don't know which ones to buy. Is this a good price?
Right.
And I was like that for a while, and then it just comes to be. But mainly trending, customers telling me they want them. If we have a shoe that's sold out super fast, I get it again, or I try to. But for the most part, I know what customers want.
Okay.
A lot of dunks are hot.
Yeah.
Jordan 1 lows are always hot. We don't sell the like big sneakerheads. At least in order for us to get so many orders, reach a lot of people, we reach like the day-to-day person where they don't know a lot about his shoes. If they see it and they like it, they'll get it.
Buy it. Yeah.
So a lot of them are based on like easy to wear. I mean, maybe comfort, but a lot of just like cool colors, trendy colors.
Right.
And sneakerheads, we do have like some higher end shoes where like a normal person would be like, what is that? But a sneakerhead would know. So we try to cater to like a small percent to sneakerheads, but majority is just day-to-day people. If it's easy to wear and they can wear it, go for it.
Huh. Gotcha.
Not a lot of people in our industry do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people in our industry, a lot of our competitors are to sneakerheads where like they sell to like people who love shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's such the market for like dunks. Besides like the ones that you're selling is like the crazy like resale one, like sneakerheads that want those shoes type of thing. But that's interesting that you guys are going towards that market. What are those like events that like people like those conventions where they resell shoes at too?
Yeah, that's a huge way to network and just get a lot of inventory in. So when I started, I actually was like a vendor selling 10 pairs at events. I mean, there's pictures of me like yay high selling like used shoes at like these big sneaker events. And then people would try to buy them, trade with me.
Yeah.
And then now I'm there strictly to buy off these people. So I was once in their shoes. Now I'm like, it's a humbling experience where like I know exactly where they're at, and you got to respect it because everyone comes from somewhere. But so basically I would say there's hundreds of vendors where they bring in hundreds of shoes. They kind of set it up at a table, and people walk around, look for what they're looking for. Maybe some people want something in specific. Some people just walk around to just see what people have.
Yeah.
And with a percentage of like, there's a lot of customers, day-to-day people, sneakerheads who go there. And then there's people like me who are there to buy like tens of thousands of shoes. Most of the events I come out with 150 plus pairs of just shoes to restock.
Okay.
So there's a lot of variety at the sneaker events where people come to network. Some people go for straight business. Sometimes it's entertainment.
Yeah.
But it's overall, it's an awesome vibe. That's like one of my favorite days. If I ever see a sneaker event on my schedule, it's a fun time.
And prices are usually good at those, like for you to buy?
Yeah, prices are great. I mean, the only overhead that people are selling there instead of shipping, I mean, the only overhead is maybe $100 for the table.
Okay.
I mean, and then you can make that back in a few shoe sales.
Right.
And yeah, so usually the prices are a bit easier. And then, I mean, as I've been doing this for a while, my negotiation skills have gone pretty well. So if I want it, I can probably get it for a good price.
Okay.
So I try to take advantage of that type of thing.
Gotcha.
We actually did get reached out yesterday. Yesterday, SneakerCon reached out to us. It's the largest sneaker convention in the world. They do events across all countries. It's their 15th anniversary, actually, so they've been here for a while. And they offered us a pop-up stand at their place. So we'll be able to, like, usually they're hundreds of dollars to try to sell, but they kind of offered us a pop-up to kind of promote and just network. And
where's that at?
They go to different cities all the time. I'm guessing that the one will be at, if everything works through. We're still working out logistics. Literally reached out to us yesterday.
That's crazy.
Detroit is probably going to be the closest one. They do close ones in Chicago, maybe once a year.
Okay.
They have one in Singapore next week. They do it worldwide.
Yeah.
For someone to reach it, they have millions of followers on Instagram. And then when I got that reach out, my first sneaker event was SneakerCon in 2018. So
that you went to walk around at?
And I was like, this hot, this. It was my first huge experience of like this type of thing. Mm-hmm. And then to look back now and like they're reaching out to me for like a potential partnership.
That's insane. Yeah,
that's sick. It was very shocking to say the least.
Yeah, that's super eye-opening. I see a lot of those TikTok videos where there's like people that are like, hey, would you trade for all this? Like the whole table type thing. Is that uncommon or is that pretty common where people trade like that?
It's not. It's
okay.
There's a reason you see it online because it's like they do it for that reason, for the views and stuff, for like the exposure. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, it's never like that. You might get a few people like coin flip for this, but nothing huge trades. And stuff.
Okay, not like we'll take the whole table for 10 grand type of thing, like crazy numbers out there like that.
That is for content.
For content,
yeah.
Huh?
Nobody would just do that. They would think about it a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah.
Trust me though, I get those. I get it a lot. I get a lot of videos like that, and I know a lot of these people who do it too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty well known community as far as like the content creation side of it. Mm-hmm. If you create content around sneakers, you probably know one another. You've probably seen their videos, so you know like what they do. Mm-hmm. And there's some people in this industry who just do that for views.
Right.
Yeah. But we don't really do that. we have like a YouTube channel and we just can never like know what we're gonna film at these events, and because we don't like doing that because it's not authentic.
Yeah, it's not authentic. Yeah, it's just for the views type of thing.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Let's take a quick break, and then I want you to bring out some pairs of shoes so we can show like the footage of them.
Of course. I grabbed all of them for like a little different reasons.
Okay.
There's like ones that little different variety.
Okay, well, let's get into them.
Okay.
What do we got working with?
Okay, so first shoe that I grabbed was the triple pink Dunk Lows.
Okay.
I picked this shoe just because it is by far the most trending sneaker that is pink.
Huh.
The triple pink shoes, a lot of people like calling them the Barbie Dunks. Maybe because the Barbie movie just came out.
Yeah.
People like them a lot. But these things, the past year, they have been so sought after, super hard to find for myself. For the customers, they're always asking for them. Whenever we have sizes, they sell out week of.
Really?
And yeah, the triple pink dunk lows, especially, I mean, the market is just thriving on them.
Yeah. Does your girlfriend wear a pair?
These unfortunately only come in grade school sizes.
Oh, really?
They don't, so Sydney, she's a size 9.5 women's.
Okay.
So it's an 8 men's.
Okay.
Youth sizes only go up to size 8.5 women, so it's not her size.
Yeah.
But trust me, if this was her size, she had her size, she would be having these all the time.
Yeah.
She loves pink.
Yeah, those are sick too.
Yeah, so
I like those.
a lot of women like them, but yeah, they only come in grade school sizes, which is unfortunate for anyone who has bigger feet.
So are those like they had a drop and are they like dead stock now? Like they don't restock them?
Yeah, so these dropped. Let me check. In every single tag, you can see the date they initially.
Oh, no way.
Released. These were made in 2023. So I think early 2023, and they were initially released, sold out instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Market went up 3 times the amount of price they costed for retail, and yeah, then they were completely hard to find for a whole year straight. So whoever had supply of the initial release was just thriving.
Yeah.
And then they got restocked. So Nike does restocks time to time.
Okay.
They don't announce it. They just time to time. I mean, maybe once a year they just restock a hot shoe.
Okay.
So they restocked this shoe about, I would say, maybe 6 months ago. And then when you restock a shoe and put more supply on the market, the price is going to go down. So when the prices dropped, that was my time to buy.
Yeah.
Because when a shoe was going for $300 for a year straight and you knew everyone wanted it, when you were able to buy it for $160, like it's just the buy low, buy the low.
Yeah.
I mean, so we bought up a ton of these, and they were just extremely, even on the restock, they were hard to get, and prices are just recovering, going up and up day by day. So yeah, it's a for sure shoe that we want to have in stock, but when it sells, it's really hard to get back in stock.
Okay. So what did those originally go for, and what do they go for now?
Okay, so I mean, retail was after tax. It was 90. I think 90 was the retail.
$90.
Yeah,
Okay.
after tax it's like 95, and then they originally released at 95. Then they went up to $300 in the secondary market. Restocked a year later, went to 160, and now they're back up to 250. So
Wow. Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of places you can make money in that. Think about it. You can buy it at 95 and make money. You can buy it at 160 and make money. Even if you're someone like me who doesn't get it for retail, if you can get it just a little under market, you can make the 20% or something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's always money to be made in the sneaker market, which it's just you kind of have to know the logistics about it.
Right.
Sometimes you don't, like, especially with my job, like the logistics, operations, it's just straight import, export. It's nothing about shoes. It's more about the numbers when it comes down to it.
Right. For sure. Yeah, those are sick.
First pair, the triple pinks. I always like showing this shoe off. Gets a lot of people attention.
Yeah, I like
It's
that.
an easy conversation starter too. A lot of people ask, do you have the Barbie dunks? Do you have the And I know exactly what they're talking about. Triple pinks.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That stinks they come in grade school sizes only, though. Dang it.
It does. I hear it all the time. Trust me. Every
Yeah.
single person is like, I wish they came in bigger size.
Any girl with big feet.
Yeah. No, it's unfortunate because for the most part, women and like grade school sizes, they get the best shoes. They get
Really?
the best colorways. They get the best like styles.
What?
Yeah. So, I don't know why Nike's they like going.
They like the girls with small feet.
Trust me. Not saying like the men don't get anything nice, but if I was like a woman and I had like a sneaker collection,
The girls got some
I'd be
sick ones.
thriving.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, maybe that's partially why we got into just supplying a lot of women, where we catered to a lot of women's shoes, where we're able to provide them with so much variety in the back. On a normal day, we have 750 pairs, which of that it's probably 300 plus different styles.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the big thing that we like to do is have something for everyone, whether that's a price, different color, but definitely variety is like where people they like options, especially with the women's shoes. You have a lot of nice options.
Yeah, totally.
Which brings me to my second shoe, the Wolf Gray Jordan 1 lows. So I showed off a dunk. This one's a Jordan 1 low. The only like big differences a lot of people ask me what's the difference between a Dunk and a Jordan 1 Low. The big two differences is the tongue. You get the Jumpman on the tongue and then the Wings logo on the back.
Okay.
Literally everything else is very similar. These ones come with the translucent bottoms. I like this. I like comparing this to the Dior Jordan 1 Lows.
Yeah, they look like it.
If you look up a picture of them, they look very similar. Although one is $5,000 and one's $200. So
Oh gosh.
pick which one you want. I always call this like the Dior Jordan 1 Lows for $200.
Yeah, those
But
are sick.
I brought this one out just to, I mean, one, it's a very trending color, just this nice gray with the translucent bottoms. But it also was our most popular holiday shoe this year. So we're doing this in February. 2 months ago in December, this was the most popular shoe here at Fly Kicks.
Huh.
Whether that was maybe buying it for like a significant other or them just buying it themselves. But this was on a lot of people's Christmas list this year. The Jordan 1 Low Wolf Grays.
So are those unisex then?
No, they're
Those
women's.
are women's too?
Yeah, but these do go up to, with women's, I always say, I've seen men wear these all the time.
Yeah.
So they go up to a size like 12 women's, which is a size 10.5 men's.
Okay.
I'm a size 10 men's. All I have to do is just get an 11.5 women's and I can rock it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women's shoes where I've really considered doing that.
Yeah.
Where they just have like that good of a colorway.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, this one is women's, but yeah, it's women's, but you can kind of wear it unisex. It's just not as common.
Yeah, that's funny because my girlfriend has a shoe size, I think 10 men's maybe.
Yeah.
And so she has to wear like everything men's.
Yeah.
Because like that wouldn't have fit her or it would.
It would,
but it would. Yeah, the options are so limited, I feel like.
Then also, with that being said, it's really hard for us to get those sizes, especially here. Like, yeah, we know there's a lot of people who have that like large of a foot size, like that big women's size. We kind of, as much as we want to like cater to them, a majority of our pairs are in like the popular sizes.
Right.
6 women's to 8.5 women's would be the most popular. We do carry bigger women's sizes, but one, they're harder to find. They're more expensive most of the time too. And then also just like you kind of get specific on which pairs you have in stock. Just
right.
When we do get pairs, it's kind of niched.
Yeah. Do you ever do special orders like that for somebody if they like reached out and were like, yeah, could we just get this one pair?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do, especially if we know them well and we know like it's not, we get a lot with our reach. We get so many people reaching out. Can you get this shoe? Can you get this shoe? And it's kind of hard to judge. Are they actually interested?
Yeah.
Are they actually going to get it? And it's not saying that as in like, I expect them to buy it, but like I'm going to be spending time to source it. And also I'm taking the risk of the money to get it just for the chance of you getting it. Maybe it's a shoe that we wouldn't usually get, so we might be sitting on it for a while.
Okay.
So usually we do source special orders if we know them,
They've bought in the past or something like that. Yeah.
And that's like not out of like disrespect to the other people. It's just straight up like,
Yeah.
we get so many people asking.
For sure.
So that also helps like me source inventory in the first place. Of, like, hearing a lot of people want this shoe.
Yeah.
Just get all sizes and not have to worry about it.
No, makes sense.
Yeah. So that was number 2, the Wolf Parades. This shoe, it was a recent release. I kind of grabbed this shoe out. Comes in a cool SB box.
Yeah, that is sick.
I'm a big SB guy, so most of the time you'll see me wearing Nike Dunk Low SBs. So these are a little different than the regular SBs. SB or regular Dunks. SBs skateboard. They come with more padding for skateboarders.
Okay.
But it's kind of in the past few years, it's kind of you don't need a skateboard and wear them. It's more turned into a leisure shoe, along with Jordans and other things.
Yeah.
So this one is the April Dunk Lows. They just came out a few months ago, and I think this shoe should just break the internet on how nice it is.
Yeah, they look insane.
Yeah. So this is like they come in full sizes. It's a men's shoe, but they go down to a size like 4.5 men's. 6 women's. So they have sizes for everyone here on this one. And yeah, it shows a little April on the side and then the April on the back. So I think April it's a collaboration with a brand called April.
Okay.
And I always say if your name's April, were you born in April? This is the shoe for you.
Yeah, you need it.
Although even if it wasn't, you'd still
They're
be
so
tempted to get
sick.
this. Yeah, material is just wicked. Like, you get some mesh here. You
Yeah.
get this nice waterproof one, and you get the nice tumbled leather. You get suede too, and the translucent. I'm a sucker for translucent bottoms, and you get that cool rose. I think it's something to do with April.
The brand or something, yeah. So the SBs are normally like a wider shoe with the padding, like look wise maybe.
Yeah, they're a little more chunky.
Yeah.
With that being said, they're more comfy.
Chunky and comfy.
Yeah. So like I've been all I wear is like SBs for the most part. They're super comfy. Most of them drop like better materials than Dunks.
Okay.
Better colorways. It's a little biased, but I think I'm speaking for the SB community here.
Are they mostly for guys? Do they make a girls an SB or mostly guys?
There's only men's SBs.
Okay.
But there's a lot of women's like, yeah, they only come in men's sizes, although they have sizes down to small women's sizes. But they have a lot of Dunks themed for women.
Okay.
So I would say it's more of a men's shoe, but there's a lot of women. I mean, a lot of our customers are women, and they love SBs.
Yeah.
And I'm happy they do because I'm a little biased, but
those are sick.
Yeah, the only thing that might throw people off is the thicker tongue, so it's definitely a different shape. But
yeah.
Once you get across that and break it in, it's a good, like, you'll get a lot. If you don't get a compliment wearing this shoe, I don't know what to
Those
tell
are
you.
sick, yeah.
Yeah, the April's, and then the metallic swoosh.
Yeah, that was insane. And do you have a pair of those?
This is my size.
Oh, you might have to take it home.
Sydney has a personal pair, so I don't know if I want to match with her.
Yeah.
But this might be the next shoe I get. I've been kind of narrowing it down on what shoes I buy for myself now, just because I have a lot. So yeah, this one's definitely on my list. So maybe if it doesn't sell in the next few months, you might see it in my closet.
And what was the price for those gray ones and then these?
The gray ones were low 200s, I think 220 to 200. And then these ones on the top of my head were around 350.
Okay.
A little over average for the regular SB, but this is because it's a collaboration.
Yeah.
All collaboration shoes, I forgot to mention, when there's a collaboration, most of the time it's more limited, more sought after, price goes up.
Yeah.
And yeah, this one definitely fit into that category.
Yeah, those are sweet. Yeah, I like those a lot.
Yeah. They are. This one is probably going to be the easiest talking piece.
Okay.
You'll see when I.
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go.
When you asked me to pick out some shoes, this was a no-brainer. This was the first one I went to. The Panda Dunk lows. I know they're kind of basic, and a lot of people have seen them, but I have to talk about them. This is by far the most popular, most sold shoe here at Fly Kicks. Sold over 500 of these.
Dang.
And
holy crap.
Every single day we hear people saying, pandas are overrated. Who buys pandas in 2024? People are always, like, we get probably average one a day. Someone buys a Panda Dunk Low. It is like a staple to someone's collection, especially when they start buying shoes.
Okay.
We even had a few videos Sydney made that promoted putting pink laces in them to kind of, they're popular, but how can you set yourself apart from the popularity? So pink laces are good, especially for like the women clientele.
Yeah.
A lot of people like it. You can even just customize any color, but yeah, the Panda Dunks. Yeah, I've seen it a lot, but I have to appreciate the shoe just because of how many people.
They're sick, and it's so basic. Like would go with anything. Like a lot of the colors, like that last April one, I feel like that's like you'd wear with like a specific shirt or specific pants.
You'd have to buy an outfit.
Yeah, that like goes with anything, which is probably what I'm assuming why they're most popular too.
Yeah, especially if we're selling to day-to-day people.
Yeah, and especially for like a gift too, like for a guy for Christmas or something, or couples to match with. Like you can't go wrong with that.
We have grade school, preschool, toddler, women's, and men's.
In that
we have full size run of these, so anyone can wear them.
Yeah, get the family fitted.
Yeah, for real. I think my whole family has them.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a staple, and they just.
Yeah, those are clean.
Yeah.
And what's the price on those?
We do a lot of deals on them. So like this shoe is so unique because of the popularity on it and the supply, the demand. So essentially, we have them priced at $195. We have deals of them, a lot of deals where we have subscriptions where where they can get $50 off lifetime for them.
Okay.
We do a lot of flash deals on them where we sell them for like $125. And yeah, those prices are all based on our market. So, I mean, you're going to see a lot of different prices that people sell these for, especially in the secondary market. And it's all based on the demand of your clientele.
Okay.
So, I mean, if we're selling to day-to-day people, the demand is probably going to be higher just because it's just a simple shoe and we can kind of price it how we want reasonably. So, I mean, with us adding like special deals, it's really easy way to get these out. But yeah, I would say we price them from $125 to $195
depending on the deal type of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you ever do laces with them too, like a pink lace or something?
Yeah, so we sell laces on our website.
Okay.
All different colors we try to have in stock. So a lot of people buy Panda Dunks and then they also add laces to their order. And then, I mean, I think it's only right to, with our values of the experience, we lace them for them. So
sick.
A lot of people don't know how to lace the shoes or they don't know how to do it correctly. We do it for you.
That's sick, yeah.
You'll receive it with the different color laces as well as
the normal ones. Yeah. Sick, dude. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's it was a huge thing. Sydney posted a video a few months ago and about pink laces. I think it received almost like 1 million views. And at that time, we didn't have any pink laces available. We were low on Panda Dunks.
Oh gosh.
You can imagine the demand. And so we tried quickly ordering laces. And yeah, that was hectic. So it was a good hectic, but like we were not expecting. We just posted a video on it. We didn't expect anything to go crazy. But yeah, so ever since then, a few months ago, we've been providing laces for people, and people love it. It's awesome thing that kind of sets us apart from other people.
That is cool. I like that. Yeah, the pink laces is cool. Yeah, for a girl for sure.
Yeah, we do. I mean, blue is a popular one. Red, anything, but pink is iconic.
Yeah.
The last shoe I'm showing is I thought of like, let me show a crazy shoe.
Yeah.
So these ones. First, I'll say you want to guess. You want to guess the price on these?
I don't know. I feel like they look crazy limited edition. I want to say like 900.
They're not that steep.
Okay, I don't know.
They're $650.
Okay, but still.
But they will be 900 soon.
Okay.
This shoe, I have a feeling, and you can quote me however you want, but give it a few more years, and this shoe will be extinct. You will have to pay thousands of dollars for it. They're called the What the Paul Dunk Lows. So it was actually inspired by the skater Paul Rodriguez. It's an SB. This is made by, there's 25 different designs on this shoe. So for example, this toe box was made from a different shoe that was just put on this toe box.
Oh, really?
So then this gum bottom was on it's an SB. So they took 25 different SBs and combined it to one. So it's called the What the. So they make a lot of What the ones where it's like a lot of different shoes combined into one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this might be a different dunk where it's just like this bottom, and they just combine it, and it just looks what the.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So this is the original What the Dunk Lows, if you look them up, they go for tens of thousands of dollars. And this is kind of like the modern newly released one where it dropped like 3+ years ago, but prices are climbing on them, and I just feel like it's just going to be the next one that is
Do you have one pair or multiple pair?
I have one pair.
Okay.
This was originally in my sneaker collection.
Oh yeah.
I just decided to sell it because I didn't. It's kind of hard for me to wear.
Yeah.
But Cindy has her pair that she actually wears.
Okay.
So we have two in hand, but yeah.
But you have those posted right now to try to sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, a lot of the shoes that I have in stock, I don't. As much as I want to sell them, I'm not really pressured to sell them just because I know with the sneaker market, most prices only go up, especially with the shoes we have. So as much as it's something we try to sell, it's kind of like a long-term asset as well, where it's an investment.
Yeah.
So there's a whole reselling side of investing in sneakers. It was more prominent during COVID time a few years ago where people would buy hundreds of shoes of the same shoe and wait for it to go up in price, like a buy in price. It's just like a stock, but with your shoes.
Right.
It kind of died down just because the market changes and things people do are different, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, those are insane.
it's a little investment of mine, but yeah,
What the?
what the Pauls.
Those are sick. Those are insane.
Yeah, I thought I'd show that one last just because it's
Yeah. I feel like I saw them on your Instagram or something. I was like, those look like something I'd see on like StockX. That's like crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
Because those are just like a crazy colorway.
I hope to see that shoe for a while.
There
Maybe
you go.
I should take it off.
Yeah.
No, that we're
Hold
done.
it for a little bit. Yeah.
I've already held it for 3 years. Why?
And you
why
just
not?
posted it?
Yeah, I posted it a few months ago, and
Okay. Yeah.
nobody bites. It's a men's shoe.
Okay.
Our men's market is not nearly as big as our women's market.
Is it your size? Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard buying when I buy the shoes. Like I have to be wary of like the shoes I buy in a size 10 men's and not try to get convinced to
You had to wear
get
them.
high
Yeah,
on
to
supply.
take it. Yeah. You just Sydney walks in here. It's just all 10 and a halves, just packed out.
It's a nice shoe.
Yeah.
A week later, I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Kind of walk through. I had this written down to talk about earlier, but I forgot to talk about it. Like when you moved out of the basement, came here, and decided to put like this place here, where you like had inventory here and stuff instead of just running it out of the basement. Where it was like that point where you made the gap to have this.
Yeah, that's a really good question because there is a lot of things that went into that. So we rented out of the basement, and at that time we probably had a few hundred pairs of shoes, maybe 100, maybe 200.
Okay.
And we were both in school, so we were fully like out of our house where we live here, and we like our first thing was like we had a lot of options, like should we go home only on weekends to fulfill orders?
Yeah.
We won't have any pairs in hand to promote and just advertise, and that was kind of off the table real fast. And then another option was, looking back, it's just so stupid, running it out of the dorm room.
Okay.
I had a single room last year, and I tried to make up like a thing that might work, and it just like it was not going to work.
Yeah, you just couldn't keep enough pairs and stuff.
Yeah, and just the space and just security and insurance. If like a fire alarm goes off.
Oh.
There was a lot of things that went into our decision, but that quickly went off the table. And then 2 summers ago, we started looking at places around here, and we found a few, and this one kind of stood out. It was an old orthopedic place, like a foot doctor.
Okay.
And this place looked a lot different.
Yeah.
And we were either going between this place that has 450 square feet and one that had 1,500 square feet.
Oh, geez.
And yeah, so as much as and we would have had to put more money into the other place to renovate it.
Okay.
And this one just kind of like, this was the place we put it at. And yeah, there's 400 square feet, and it was just the perfect place 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2 years ago. Now it's like, it's too small for us.
Yeah.
We've grown way too much, and we still have a year and a half left.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, with our growth, I don't even want to think about where we're going to be at in a year and a half, and it's not going to work. So it's kind of, we're on to the next step of what we do.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a no-brainer of like finding a spot, finding somewhere different, like not even running it in an apartment where it's like you have a place where you can do your work separate from everything else. Just so happens to be a storefront, but it's just nice. I don't know. It's really nice to have it. And yeah, we have some chill spots here. So, I mean, it's not only work. We still get to have a couch and watch TV. So it's kind of a nice vibe.
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask, like, why did you put so much money? Like, we replaced the ceiling tiles. We put new lights in. We put new floors in. We did a lot of renovations to it. A lot of people ask, like, why would you do that if it was only online? Which it was an easy answer for me, but I get that they wouldn't understand. It's all about appearance, especially in our industry. And if we're posting a lot online, we need a nice space for it to show.
Yeah.
I mean, us doing the content we do in a janky kind of basement kind of destroys our brand image or credibility, everything. So it was kind of an investment. It was a big upfront investment that, I mean, we got that all finished in a month. So we didn't really get much revenues in that time, but it was we did it as fast as I can, but it was kind of a no-brainer. when we're both here. It was a big thing though, we added so much overhead. I mean, even to date, we're starting the month thousands of dollars in the red.
Right.
And yeah, it kind of adds some pressure of having to get things done. We kind of built it up to be pretty sustainable, where it's less of like a hustle and more of like a business. Like, yeah, the business, I don't run this business. The business runs me. But we're trying to get to a point where it's less of that.
Yeah.
But it's always going to be like that.
Right. Yeah. But this place is sick, dude. Like around the corner is insane.
Yeah.
We have all the shoe stocks and stuff. Everything looks so clean and everything.
Yeah, I would try to be like that. So I appreciate.
Yeah, it looks sick. And this setup that we're even sitting at looks insane too. Like everything looks perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
boxes, everything.
I hope so. It's kind of my job to make things visually pleasing. So.
No, yeah, it looks sick. Heck yeah, I love it. All right, we'll get into these questions. I do these like speed cast questions at the end. They're just like 5 quick questions kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we'll start with what is your dream pair of shoes?
Dream pair of shoes. That I own. Okay, it's different. Okay, dream pair of shoes. The Grateful Dead SB Dunk Lows.
Okay, that's what you want to get.
I already have it, but
oh.
Okay, I'll do shoes that I don't have. The Yeezy 2 Red Octobers.
Okay. How would you describe your journey like so far doing the business?
A lot of ways I would describe it, but I would say a grind, a lot of sacrifices, but rewarding. Yeah,
for sure. What is your favorite pair of shoes that you have? We already answered that kind of.
I would say the Grateful Dead SB Dunk Lows and the Off-White Lot 1 Dunks.
Okay. I don't know what either of those look like, but I'll have to put a picture up on the video.
Lot 1s. It's all white with like metallic.
Okay.
They're nice ones.
Okay. Favorites. Yeah. Where would you like to see the business grow?
Get that question a lot. A lot of people ask if I'm going to do brick and mortar, open it up store post-college. I've been kind of against it just because how I see the market going. But I'm going to say where I see it is in the next few years, finding a bigger space, maybe triple the size of this, where we don't have to do a lot of transformation of places, where maybe we can have this one spot for like a sit-down place and not have to change it to be a podcast.
Yeah.
It's like we have all the spots. Before this, I had a studio set up with like everything. I had to take it down. So where I see it is a space where I have to do a lot less work and have a lot more options for growth.
Right. Yeah. Oh, like a designated area for this, designated area for
with
that kind of thing.
If I'm given that, I can see this going to the next level.
Right. Yeah, for sure. All right. What advice do you have for people that are maybe like thinking about turning a side hustle into a business?
Ask yourself, is this your passion? You can only get this far if it's like a passion of yours. Otherwise it's just going to be, you're going to grow out of it. So first ask yourself, like, am I passionate about this? And if so, just be consistent. It is like, if you want to do it, go for it. But whatever you do, if you want to at least see something, all it is consistency, transparency, and just like, consistency and transparency goes a long way.
I like it for sure. I will wrap up the podcast. That was sweet.
Yeah, cool.